So after putting in a reservation for my Cybertruck 4.5 years ago, being able to configure it over 2 months ago at the end of December, and then finally plunking down 30,000 referral credits on top of being willing to spend the extra money to get a Foundation Series Cybertruck earlier, Tesla has finally reached out to me and told me that my Cybertruck is going to be delivered soon. Now, this is kind of a weird situation because I was directly contacted by Tesla via email by a couple of Tesla employees. This is like their direct email, which is definitely not normal for a Tesla delivery, not even for a Cybertruck delivery. Normally, with these reservation Cybertrucks, what is happening is you order it, and then you configure it, and then you wait, and then you get a VIN in the app, and from there, everything is pretty normal in terms of the delivery. Well, last night, Tesla added a new referral program perk where you could spend 30,000 credits. This is all kind of ridiculous, and we'll get into that later, but I want to explain kind of what's going on right here. You could spend 30,000 referral credits, which if you don't know, you get 10,000 referral credits per car that you refer, and then right now until March, you get 1,000 per test drive you refer, which I haven't referred any of those. And you could spend those 30,000 credits, and it said it would guarantee your Cybertruck configuration and delivery within 45 days. So the difference there is if you reserved your Cybertruck way back in November of 2019, you were kind of like at the front of the line. And what is happening today is a lot of people, even those who ordered, who put in that reservation on the first day, the first night right away, which I'm one of them, some of those people are still waiting to even configure. They haven't even gotten an email from Tesla to say, hey, I'm ready to, fork up the extra dough for a Foundation Series. This is what I want. Now I'll sit here and wait for my VIN. So on top of having a line of people and then configuring and deciding that you're willing to pay the extra foundation money to get it earlier and all of these things, Tesla added another way for people to get it faster. And honestly, it turned me off. I thought it was really slimy of Tesla, and I actually told them that directly, pretty much immediately, but I still did it. So, don't hate me. It's not my fault that Tesla did this. I actually didn't even know if it would be worth it. There were a lot of people thinking that putting in your 30,000 credits would basically just let you configure and, put you in line with everyone else. Little did we know, even though it does say delivery in there, which is why I did spend the credits on it, that within 12 hours, I was getting an email. I mean, within like 6 hours, I got an email that basically said, hey, thank you so much. Here's the email. Hi, Chris. Hope you're doing well. Congrats on redeeming your accelerated Cybertruck delivery through Tesla's referral program. I'm reaching out to introduce Bob and myself as your early points of contact as we work to deliver your Cybertruck as quickly as possible. So getting this email, I was extremely excited. We have a road trip coming up next month. I was really hoping to get the Cybertruck before that so we could do a huge road trip. We're going from Michigan to Florida, so make sure you hit subscribe and like so that you don't miss that video. And I want to get the Cybertruck so we can road trip it down there. I know there's lots of controversy on the charging curve and stuff, but that's what this channel is about, is like real world, everyday usage and sharing that with people. So it looks like we're going to get it in time, and getting this email specifically from Tesla made me be like, all right, using the points was worth it on this. I didn't waste them. So it was nice to receive this email. So the next step, since I already configured, they will be assigning my VIN, and then they're going to get it shipped over here. Now, this is another reason I did this, is because as of now, Cybertrucks are mostly going to California, Florida, and Texas. There have been some in a couple of other states, but barely any. I'm not sure why Florida. Texas and California obviously makes sense, but a ton are also going to Florida. And none are coming to Michigan, or at least none that I know of, maybe one or two that, the people didn't share. But for the most part, the rest of the country is barely getting any Cybertrucks, or they're getting zero. And so since there wasn't like a main line coming to Michigan, I was like, well, let's hope this will help and I can get it faster. So after that, they're going to introduce me to the local delivery team. Haha, like I haven't already met them 20 times buying Teslas. And they told me that I can reach out and ask questions like directly. It's just crazy to receive this email because this is definitely not a normal thing. This seems to be some kind of like VIP setup that they're doing for the referral program for whatever reason. A lot of people are speculating it's so the Cybertruck can get in the hands of influencers and then, they can make videos about it or whatever. But if you look at the really big channels, like my channel is tiny. I'm not, like one of the big channels like MKBHD or Jerry Rig Everything. They already made Cybertruck videos. They could get a Cybertruck whenever they want. All they have to do is reach out to someone, or I'm sure people with Cybertrucks are even emailing them and saying like, hey, you want to make a video with my truck? Those people, those huge influencers, huge content creators are not going to be probably taking advantage of this, but you never know. So I do want to give a huge thank you to anybody watching. You are literally the only reason this is happening, the only reason I'm able to get a Cybertruck, the only reason I've been moved to the front of the line, even though I ordered it night of reveal, so I felt like I wasn't in the front of the line, but obviously Tesla wasn't going by that. And yeah, so I just want to say a huge thank you. And I want to remind everybody, I'm literally just like a normal guy. I know people like my videos, but I don't have any special contacts at Tesla. I just bought a Model 3, started this YouTube channel. I mean, it was like 5 years ago now, so I've been doing it for a while. But I started this YouTube channel and just built it from there. And that's how I was able to get these referral credits and redeem stuff like this and go to the events and stuff. But at the end of the day, you know, I can make a million videos and nobody watches them. It doesn't matter. So huge thank you to everybody watching. So why did they do this? Honestly, I just think a big part of it is demand is so high. Tesla is just taking everything they can for the Cybertruck. And so let me talk about kind of my initial impressions on this. Slimy is the word I thought of. This just did not sit right with me. You already have dedicated customers and fans who put in their order 4.5 years ago. They've been waiting all this time. We are the ones who want the Foundation series. We are paying the most for a Cybertruck. 100,000 or 120,000 is ridiculous. Things aren't even worked out on the truck. It still doesn't have autopilot. It still doesn't have full self-driving. The charge curve, you know, there's some saying that it looks bad. Maybe it's not as bad as people think, etc., whatever. Range maybe is not as good as some people were hoping. I actually am decently happy with the range, considering that it's all-wheel drive, not considering the price, and some other stuff. On top of that, a few things. This is the worst Cybertruck that you're going to get. Imagine if you don't take delivery of a Cybertruck now and you get it in 1 year or 2 years from now and just wait kind of for the demand to level out. The Cybertruck you're going to get at that time is not only going to cost less, it's going to be way better than what's being delivered today. And the last thing I'll say is people taking delivery of these Foundation Series Cybertrucks are going to have the worst depreciation. A lot of Tesla owners are already kind of sour from the prices of their cars tanking. Now, me personally, I don't buy a car and then hope it's worth more later. So it's not really that big of a consideration for me how much my car depreciates, because cars depreciate, that's what they do. But Teslas in the last year have depreciated immensely. And it's going to happen here with Cybertruck too. We know it is. It's pretty much unavoidable with these high prices. And Tesla's saying eventually, you know, the same trim is going to come down by $20,000. Now, from Tesla's perspective, and I've seen people say this online, I totally get it. The demand is there. Take advantage. If you're just, you know, just think you're just Tesla, you can only make a certain amount and people are like dying to get these things, charge as much as you want. Whatever people are willing to pay, get as much as you can for them. Again, like I totally get it. But from the customer side, it's good to have some longer term thinking, because you do burn some people and it leaves a sour taste in their mouth that makes them, you know, not happy with the brand. Maybe they won't come back. Maybe they won't be as likely to refer people to buy a Tesla because they just, you know, maybe this is like the last straw, or maybe this is just too much for them. So I don't know. I think some long-term thinking makes a little more sense, but what are you going to do? So all of those negatives that I just listed, and myself and plenty of other people are still willing to go through with it. We want, please, we're begging you, Tesla, give it to us. And you just add another weird thing that's like, hey, let's take some more stuff from you. I'm not complaining that much about it. Referral credits are, I mean, you know, they're hard to get, but they're not like that valuable unless you're talking acceleration boost, whatever. So another part of this that I'll say is I know at least 2 people, I'm not going to name them because it's not their fault, I don't want people to be mad at them, that did not even have a Cybertruck order. They didn't reserve it in November of 2019. They didn't reserve it in November of 2023. They didn't reserve it in January of 2024. They saw this promotion on the app. They went on Tesla's website. They ordered a Cybertruck. They then went into the app, redeemed the referral reward for 30,000 credits to get early delivery, and they received an email at the same time I did. Now their email's a little different because they have to configure their Cybertruck and then, you know, get their VIN assigned. But no reservations, and you let them jump the line in front of everybody. Part of my channel here and like what I'm doing is thanks to you. People watch this. So I've always took it upon myself to be like kind of a customer advocate. I really just want everybody to be treated fairly. I want Tesla customers who are just as excited as I am to, you know, get the things they want. Yeah, we got to pay up and there's some things, you know, there's supply and demand. I get all of that. But to put all this stuff in is just, I don't know. It's not the best look in my opinion. And I did tell Tesla that directly. I said, I used the word slimy. I was like, this is just kind of slimy. People do not like this. A lot of people are talking about canceling. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But I don't blame their, you know, kind of feelings. It's totally justified. All right. So with all that said, I'm still very excited to get my Cybertruck. I'll put up my specs in case you don't know. I'm just getting the all-wheel drive Foundation series. It does come with full self-driving, although that and autopilot both don't work on it as of like the making of this video, but that update could come anytime. And I do want to mention, a lot of people are like, oh, that's crazy. Tesla does this pretty much every time. When I went from 2018 Tesla Model 3 to a 2021 Model Y that didn't have radar, it was right when they were doing that switch. I also didn't have FSD on that car for a couple of months, I think, or maybe a month. So this is a normal thing that Tesla does with new vehicles when there's a big change. Even when the refreshed Model S and X came out, they had hardware 3. Nothing was changed about those cars in terms of the hardware for FSD. They did not have FSD, or they didn't even have autopilot when they first came out. I think that was just a few days, but they didn't have autopilot, and then it took a while before they got FSD as well. So totally normal thing that Tesla does. If you are in Michigan, I will be making an event with the Tesla Owners Club of Michigan to show the Cybertruck. I know a lot of people want to see it, so I don't know when that'll be. I don't know when my delivery is going to be. I'm hoping like really soon. Really push them like, you Tesla, you've taken me for everything I've had. Make this delivery fast. And I'm going to try to do that event. So check either the channel, or if you go to engage.tesla.com, I'll put a link below that will have the event there, and you can attend the event and check out the Cybertruck if you like. So I do not plan to wrap the Cybertruck. I do not plan to wash it too much. I do plan to do at the end of the winter, like one car wash just to get the salt off from the winter. But beyond that, I'm going to use it like you use a tool. I'm going to use it like a truck. I do maybe haul stuff. I don't plan on towing besides doing some towing tests for videos. But I will also use it to commute to work and do normal stuff. But leave comments down below what you'd like to see in the videos coming up. I'm taking notes. I'm open to ideas, anything, any questions you're interested in or anything you want to see, please let me know.